Imagine you just got a $10,000 raise. You've worked for years to hit this number. You tell yourself, finally, I can save. Finally, I'll be rich. But 6 months later, you're still checking your bank balance before buying groceries. Your car is newer, your coffee is more expensive, but your stress is exactly the same. Why does our brain treat a $100,000 salary like it's $40,000? Today, we explore the financial shadow, the psychological glitch that keeps successful people broke. I'm Henry, and let me tell you about Jason. Not the mythical hero. This Jason works in marketing and wears Patagonia vests unironically. 5 years ago, Jason made $45,000 a year. He drove a 2008 Honda Civic that made a concerning rattling noise he'd named Gerald. His apartment had that one weird stain on the ceiling that looked like Abraham Lincoln. He ate lunch from Tupperware containers that were probably older than his relationship with his girlfriend. And you know what? Jason saved $400 a month. Fast forward to today, Jason now makes $95,000, nearly double. He should be living like a king, right? Rolling around in piles of cash like Scrooge McDuck? Nope. Jason now drives a leased BMW that costs $650 a month because it's actually an investment in my professional image. He lives in a luxury apartment with a gym he's used twice, both times to take Instagram photos. He has a subscription to a meal kit service that costs $80 a week because cooking is self-care. He upgraded to the premium Spotify because ads are bad for his mental health. His coffee maker cost $400 and uses pods that cost $1.50 each because regular coffee is apparently for peasants. His savings account? $200 a month, less than when he was making half the salary. Jason's brain performed some kind of financial magic trick where doubling his income somehow made him poorer. It's like watching someone win the lottery and immediately complain they can't afford the taxes on their yacht. Here's where it gets deliciously ironic. Jason feels more broke now than he did 5 years ago. Back then, when his salary was modest, his life had clear boundaries. He couldn't afford that fancy restaurant, so he didn't go. Simple. The decision was made by his bank account, not his willpower. But now he lives in this psychological purgatory where he technically can afford things, but probably shouldn't. Every purchase becomes a moral crisis. Do I deserve this $80 face cream? I mean, I work hard, but also my savings account is crying. He's trapped himself in a golden cage of his own construction. He can't move to a cheaper apartment because what would his colleagues think? He can't sell the BMW because he's locked into a lease, and his ego is locked into the image. He can't cancel the meal kit service because he's already told everyone he's really into cooking now. The best part? Jason genuinely believes he's being financially responsible. He tells himself he's investing in quality, and you get what you pay for. He's convinced that spending $12 on organic oat milk is somehow a form of self-discipline. Meanwhile, his friend Marcus makes $50,000, lives in a modest apartment, drives a paid-off Toyota, and somehow just booked a 3-week trip to Japan. Marcus isn't smarter. He just never taught his brain that money equals identity. But wait, it gets better. Because Jason's lifestyle inflation didn't happen in a vacuum. It happened because Jason got promoted, and suddenly his reference group changed. When Jason made $45,000, his friends were other people making $45,000. They competed over who found the best happy hour deals. They bonded over shared financial suffering. It was beautiful, really. Now Jason has lunch with people who make $150,000. They casually mention their $2,000 weekend trip to Napa. They wear watches that cost more than Jason's first car. And here's the kicker. They're not trying to make Jason feel bad. They're just existing in their own reality. But Jason's brain doesn't see it that way. Jason's brain sees them and thinks, I'm behind, I'm failing, I need to catch up. So Jason upgrades again. He buys the designer sneakers. He gets the expensive haircut. He joins the boutique gym where the water is somehow imported from a specific mountain in Norway. He's running on a treadmill that keeps speeding up and the finish line keeps moving further away. It's like playing a video game where leveling up just means the enemies get harder. Congratulations, Jason. You unlocked financial anxiety level 7. The cruelty of it all is that Jason worked hard for that raise. He put in the hours, delivered the results, earned his promotion. And his reward is more financial stress? How is that fair? It's not, but it's also entirely predictable. Here's what's actually happening in Jason's brain, and probably yours too. Human beings have something psychologists call a hedonic set point. It's basically a happiness thermostat. You hit a certain level of comfort, and your brain recalibrates that as the new normal. Then it starts looking for the next level. This worked great when we were cavemen. Okay, I found shelter. Now I need better shelter. Now I need shelter with fewer bears around it. That drive kept us alive. But in modern capitalism, that drive becomes a subscription to 3 different streaming services, a car payment that rivals a mortgage, and a closet full of clothes you wore once because they looked better in the store. There's also a concept called the Diderot effect, named after an 18th century French philosopher who got gifted a fancy robe and then realized his furniture looked shabby in comparison. So he replaced all his furniture. Then his house looked shabby. You see where this goes. One upgrade triggers a cascade. You get a nice car, so now you need a nice garage. You get a nice kitchen, so now you need nice cookware. You get nice cookware, so now you need to actually learn to cook. Oh wait, no, you just get the expensive meal kit service. And then there's lifestyle creep's evil twin, identity fusion. This is when you start merging who you are with what you buy. Your car isn't just transportation, it's a statement about your success. Your apartment isn't just shelter, it's proof you've made it. Your coffee order isn't just a beverage, it's a personality trait. Jason doesn't just have a BMW. Jason is a person who drives a BMW. Take away the BMW, and who is he? Just a guy with a marketing degree and questionable podcast recommendations. The psychological term for this is self-concept based on consumption, which is academic speak for you've confused your net worth with your self-worth, buddy. Here's the really twisted part. There is no amount of money that will make you feel done. When Jason made $45,000, he thought, if I just made $70,000, I'd be set. Now he makes $95,000 and thinks, if I just made $130,000, I'd be set. There's always another tier. There's always someone with a nicer thing. There's always another upgrade available. Your brain's reward system is like a toddler in a toy store. There's always something shinier just out of reach. Behavioral economists call this the hedonic treadmill, but honestly, soul-crushing carousel of never enough feels more accurate. So what's the solution? Do we all need to live in mud huts and eat rice like monks? No, but we do need to audit our financial decisions with brutal honesty. Ask yourself, am I buying this because I want it or because I think I should want it? Am I upgrading because it genuinely improves my life or because I'm comparing myself to someone else? If I lost my job tomorrow, which of my expenses would I immediately recognize as ridiculous? The goal isn't poverty cosplay, it's consciousness. It's recognizing that your $10,000 raise is only a raise if you actually keep some of it. Jason could be living an objectively better life and saving $1,500 a month if he just stopped treating every salary increase like a permission slip to buy a new identity. He could drive a reliable car that doesn't cost $650 a month. He could live in a nice apartment that doesn't require 2 roommates named side hustle and credit card debt. He could drink coffee that doesn't require special machine blessed by Italian baristas. And here's the plot twist. He'd probably be happier. Because financial stress isn't about the absolute number in your bank account. It's about the gap between what you make and what you spend. And that gap, you control that gap. Every time you get a raise, that bonus, that promotion, pause. Before you start browsing luxury apartments or car dealerships, ask yourself, do I want to be richer or do I just want to look richer? Because looking rich is expensive, but being rich, that's just a matter of not buying the $400 coffee maker. Your move, Jason.